Welcome mates, I am BloodThirstyLord by Incoming Lordy, and today we're back on Warhammer 40K Darktide with a huge update, and we'll be discussing how to gain cosmetics, skins, crafting materials, and what the properties are. Is it individually gained or shared, alongside the dodging mechanics in the game and how that changes the movement in Darktide. And this is a juicy update, so you mates do not want to miss out on this video. Make sure to click the subscribe button and also the bell notification button with all notifications on to keep up to date, and also press that join button to become a member on the channel. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So first, let's jump into the update summary of 1.08, the latest update in Darktide. Focuses on continuing to improve the stability of the game along with the introduction of new features, and we'll jump into those features right now. The new features are crafting feature. If you've been walking around the actual environment before you get into a match, you'll be able to see an area that has a tech priest, and that tech priest will allow you to actually consecrate weapons and change stuff there as well. So UI for interacting with the workshop is available, which is the tech priest that we talked about. Consecrating functionality is available for all players, and consecrating a item does give you a higher rarity item with a chance of a new perk or a new blessing depending on that rarity. And we also have a previous video highlighting a detailed breakdown of what this system will be in the future once fully built and implemented in Darktide. So if you want to check that out, make sure to do so to find out more information about that system. Players can now earn crafting materials from missions via pickups. So this is a very unique thing. In the closed beta, it was individually gained if you picked up an item, and that was individually gained to that certain player, but now it's been shared. So if any player does get any type of craft materials in the game from the two options that you can use in this actual new area for the crafting, it'll be shared no matter what. And that's just a good quality of life update, helping players pretty much achieve the goal, because some players will go through, collect some stuff while getting the points they design in order to craft some better weapons in the future. And these crafting materials can be found in the yellow boxes or just laying around in certain points of the map, so make sure to explore as much as possible. And the quality of those craft materials will appear as a small bundle or a large bundle depending on your RNG in order to be rewarded with those crafting materials by the end of the game. Then we have Hadron's workshop as an interactional point is also available. Armory exchange update, buy character and weapon skins in the store. So if you go to the armory store or the trade, if you go over there, you'll be able to actually purchase character skins, being the cosmetics of Warhammer 40K Darktide, and weapon skins as well. So character skins being based on your class, so you can purchase that as a quick way, but also gain customization through your penance. Penance are essentially challenges. By doing these challenges, you'll be able to gain a certain reward. And some of these rewards scale from banners and small items into actual cosmetic pieces that you can put on your character. By completing these and actually having these completed, your character's items will be open to more options in the shop, but also on your character when it comes to customization of your armor and the way your character looks and that class. And if there isn't enough options there, make sure to level up your character to higher trust level. Through penance, you'll get customization through your penance as well, due to that trust level being higher. So being at level 30 will give you all options from that penance increase of trust level, but also in the shop will represent more items as well, due to the fact that your trust level is higher. And if your mates are having difficulties with your penance and completing it, because the penance challenges can range from some easy challenges which you can do solo, and other challenges when you need a well-coordinated team in order to finish a harder difficulty penance. So that's something you want to try and achieve, make sure to do so with other mate supports from our Discord, so make sure to join our Discord. A link in the description can be found to join it, become part of our community, and enjoy the experience as we enjoy Darktide together. The quality of life changes are added EOR end of round cards to show better what you unlocked, pretty much highlighting items that you've unlocked before the game is actually over or that match. And Sai Melk's area should provide better items overall by only having pristine or mastercraft items available, which means you get a better choice of getting items that are much more worth it compared to lower rarity items that were showcased prior to this. So a good quality life change here indeed. And this does work really well with our understanding of concentrating items, as you'll be able to purchase items from Sai first, and then if the blessing on that weapon isn't the desired one, be able to readjust it through concentrating item at the tech priest location. And by doing so, hoping for the chance to get a better perk or blessing to help out with that aspect. But this option does open up further once all options are implemented into the tech priest location in order to refine items or refine blessings, giving you a chance to repurpose that high rarity weapon. And made Zealot's penance T1 and T2 pants more distinct so they don't look identical to each other. Then we move on to the UI changes and the UX changes. We've added a better interface for some cases when individual names are entered during character creation, making it clear that the chosen name input is not accepted. Fix unlocalized strings in the setting menu, fixing some localization on some cosmetic items, improve item sorting by rarity, should now consider item rarity 2, shouldn't crash now either. Great to see that, less crashes, always great. And alongside crashes, there's a lot of fixes and tweaks, so I'm just going to pop it up on screen right now. Feel free to pause at any time to be able to read through this actual part of the patch, highlight the fixes and tweaks, but they're just fixing issues in the preload beta before day 1 is released. But one of those funny tweaks are turn down the light emitted by Zealot. The Zealot calm down and their overly bright aura will serve as a flashlight no longer. That's funny. I've always seen that happen when you just use your ability. It's like a flashbang around a corner. It's hilarious. And now let's jump into balance adjustments. Set up separate weapon specific dodges curves for light melee weapons. Tune up separate Zealots baseline as well, so that changes are. Set up a separate dodge curve for Zealot's class, increasing dodge distance to 2.75 meters over 0.5 seconds, and that was 2.5 at the same interval. So obviously greater distance in that dodge. Increasing dodge slide friction speed threshold to 5.5 meters per second from 4.5. We don't break down as hard on dodge sliding, so that's great. So you can dodge into a slide, which is a great mechanic for overall movement around hordes and pretty much grouping enemies together in order to kill them, but also to survive around corners against suppression. And they also set up a weapon-specific curves for agile dodge profiles to allow customized behavior. For the axes and also some of the dueling swords, a custom curve of 2.7 meters over 0.35 seconds with a fine-tuned end of curve for chaining, which I believe allows you to chain the dodges into each other, or from a dodge into attack into another dodge straight away. And then we have the combat blade as well, custom curve 2.9 meters over 0.35 seconds with fine-tuned end of curve chaining as well. So this balancing aspect allows for light weapons to actually give you a benefit of increasing your dodge distance, and also classes like Zealots. And that is really good just for the quality of life of the game and be able to move around with these classes in order to do some crazy stuff when it comes down to movement in Darktide. And also there are new missions in the game from closed beta that have been added to the pre-order beta. So if your mates haven't done those missions before in the closed beta, jump into the action in Darktide and kill some heretics. And I jumped into numerous matches today in Darktide and I encountered these two error codes, one being 2003 and 4008. Those are the two error codes I encountered, and that is the reason why I remember those codes, because they actually made it impossible to reconnect or even connect to a match in Darktide. So I'm hoping these issues do get resolved as we get closer and closer to the full day one release of Darktide, because I want this game to be pristine condition with zero issues, zero bugs. That would be the most hopeful thing, but most likely there's going to be bugs on day one, but having less is way better than having more, so that is good. And hopefully Fat Shark keeps breaking down on these bugs and fixes as soon as possible in order to keep the quality of life of Darktide at an all-time high. But mates, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions about Darktide. Are you enjoying it? Are you bored of it? I'd love to know in the comment section down below, alongside any encounters of issues that are prevalent or praises for the game in general. You could even write a list of cons and pros of this game and what it has to offer in the comment section down below. I would love to be able to read them and go through them and see what the mates are also thinking about when playing Darktide. I would love to know in the comment section down below. As always, mates, it's a pleasure to have you guys on the channel as we're through this, and I'll catch you, mates, next time. Bye. Road to 200k subscribers. Let's get it, mates.